Hey everyone, it's Ray from the Teach Better team, and we are live for our bi-weekly family check-in, and I am joined by my three, I might even say favorite people right now, the Education Blueprint team. We're going to be taking questions, we're going to be chatting about free resources that we were wanting to encourage educators to share with one another, and let's just be frank, we're probably going to be goofing off a little bit, so get ready for some fun. We'll be back here in a second to kick off a fun way to set the tone for the week. All right, guys, let's get started. So we are kicking off our Sunday evening with our bi-weekly family check-in. I know, before you guys comment, we usually only stream this in the private Facebook group, but I cannot help it because we are joined by Kelly and Nicole and Laura from Education Blueprint, because I want to highlight this brand new partnership that we just started with a free resource that is simply, like purely, I'm going to have you guys talk about it, but just encouraging teachers to share the amazing work they're doing, which is totally my motto. I love all of that. So Kelly and Nicole and Laura, I'd love to have you obviously share your voice. Tell us a little about yourself. I'm going to start with Kelly first, if you guys don't mind, and then we'll go next. So Kelly, hello, happy Sunday.
Hi, happy Sunday. Thanks for having us. We love your little intro video. It just gets you pumped for the week when you watch that. I'm an educator. I've been in education for 16 years now. 16 is my lucky number, so hopefully this is a good year, even though it's been a wild one. But I have taught every grade from K to 8, and I'm certified in English as well at the middle level. So I currently teach 6th grade English language arts. I spent time in elementary for a long time. I taught 4th grade for 8 years. And then I jumped around. I was in a leadership position that was a gifted coordinator position. And then I switched back to the classroom. I miss the kids being right in front of them. So I'm in 6th grade ELA right now. I'm getting my doctorate degree. So that's a big deal right now in my life. I'm in the final dissertation year, and everything I'm doing for my doctorate, I'm trying to bring it together with Education Blueprint to help teachers so much further beyond our walls.
Oh my gosh, and I cannot wait to talk all about Education Blueprint, especially as it relates to your doctorate and the work that you guys are doing. Laura, I'm going to go to you next. Tell us a little about yourself.
Sure. Yes. My name is Laura Lysian, and my background is actually not in education. It's in nonprofit management. I have a master's degree from the Heinz School of Public Policy and Management from Carnegie Mellon University. And I spent about 7 years in the workforce working for Deloitte Consulting, consulting many nonprofit and public sector projects. And then I spent past 9 years taking care of my children, and that's how I got to meet Kelly and Nicole, and we just paired up, and it was kind of a match made in heaven. So here we are.
Here we are. And honestly, before we came live, we were talking about the makeup of a team, like how to form a strong team. And all of you educators out there that are watching, you know, when you work with teachers, it's good to have like different passion areas and different areas of expertise, and like areas that you can bring, you know, new ideas to the table. And I love, Laura, that you have partnered with Kelly and Nicole to bring this concept of nonprofit, because as we talk about the company, that is one of my favorite parts of Education Blueprint as an organization, is that it's nonprofit truly to support teachers. So love it, Laura. So cool. Nicole, tell us a little bit about your background in education.
Yeah, so this is my 8th year teaching. After graduating from college.
Ooh, Nicole, we lost your audio.
Oh no.
Oh, there you go. Maybe you're
good. Okay, good. So this is my 8th year teaching. And after I graduated from college, I got my first job at a small private school in Pittsburgh, and I love teaching there, but started to look for other opportunities, and just wanting to grow and expand and challenge myself even more. And so last year, I got a job at a public school, and that's where I met Kelly. And after hearing all about her goal and her vision, there were a lot of different reasons why I really latched on to her and what Education Blueprint is all about. And so I'm a sub at her school. I actually went from ELA to math. So this is my first year teaching 5th grade math. And I really like it so far. It's been totally different than ELA, but I'm loving it. Still learning. And I'm so excited just to be here and to be talking with you guys and the partnership that we're going to be doing. This is just an awesome opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, y'all, we're going to have so much fun. I do just want to preface for everyone watching, if this is your first time, welcome to the family. Biweekly family check-ins are really casual. We just hang out on Sunday nights. We take questions. We share ideas. We're going to talk a lot about Education Blueprint just because it's a great free resource. And we really are just here to support you and hopefully set a exciting, positive tone for the rest of the week as we kind of like conclude our weekend and get excited that we get to teach tomorrow. For those of you who may not be connected to me, my name is Ray Hewart. I'm currently a full-time 6th grade math teacher, so we are like all in the same area. I really like this. And I'm also the director of training and development for the Teach Better team. Usually this bi-weekly family check-in with the Teach Better team is only in our private Facebook group, and we are streaming there right now. So shout out to our amazing private Facebook group with over like 5,000 educators that just chat and share ideas all the time. But we did want to share this really with our entire Teach Better audience, everybody, our Mastery Chat family, our YouTube subscribers, everybody in between, because we love sharing ideas that just get educators into that mindset of growing and trying to be better. So we appreciate that you guys are here watching with us. Please, 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 like type your comments, type your questions in the comments, because we would love to give you some insight. While we are going to talk about Education Blueprint, we're also here to talk about a behavior concern you might be working through with students. We're here to talk about IEP supports that you're maybe still struggling with. We're here to talk about remote learning or hybrid learning or the switch between all of those situations. So let us know. I think we're all kind of in different situations supporting students right now. So we'll try and give you hopefully at least a food for thought to continue to move further past our hurdles and just continue to be better every single day. So I do want to kind of start off as people are typing in a question, maybe about the Teach Better team, maybe about their classroom, maybe about Education Blueprint, this amazing organization. Do one of you mind kind of giving us like, what is educationblueprint.org? Like, what is it? Why does it exist? Who wants to start us off there?
I'll start us off. You guys can chime in if you want to add to whatever I miss here. First of all, hi, Calissa. That's awesome to be able to see people chime in there.
And I love it.
We started Education Blueprint as trying to build the ultimate infrastructure for teachers to be able to go to one place to access all digital information. So digital information that's either apps, websites, books, training videos, anything that's shared already that exists in a silo out on the internet, and what's shared among teachers. Because we think it's just crazy that there's so many people like us teaching 5th grade math or 6th grade English or 7th grade science, but we're all recreating the wheel in our own districts. And then we have to compete with other districts for ratings around us. We don't like that idea at all. We don't think it's the collaborative way of the future of education. And to have one ultimate infrastructure for sharing purposes, and not just, if I have a good website I come across, I might know about it, but the teacher down the hall won't, or another 6th grade teacher at another building won't know about it. I came up with the idea when I was a gifted coordinator. I was working with teachers in grades K to 5 among 7 different buildings. And what I noticed, I was writing the GIEP plans for all of the kids K to 5 at 7 different buildings. And I would talk to these incredible educators, and all of them were using different resources in order to meet the needs of the kids. And what I found the best part of my job was to be able to say, oh, this teacher at 4th grade at this elementary is doing this project or using this website like Everfi, and I'd go and share that at the other building. And they all appreciated that so much because they were only limited to what they had in their classroom or the 2 teachers down the hall in their grade level, or what some people were willing to share. So in order to kind of bring the masses together in one ultimate place. That's the goal of Education Blueprint. And we want it to be free because we don't have time or money to go create our own things and find them or pay for them, because we're already paying for so many other things as teachers, for decorative furniture and rewards for our students. So we want the resources, the information to be free in the information world that we live in.
Yeah. So how is that like not the best idea ever? Like this is what I love about the three of you that I've been able to learn, because we've been collaborating like behind the scenes, guys, for months, learning about you guys, learning about the mission, the work that you're doing, and trying to decide, like, is this website, is educationblueprint.org going to be something that we can truly recommend to the Teach Better family? And we never like to recommend resources that we don't wholeheartedly, to our core, believe in, not only the idea, but the people behind it. And how could you argue with the mission of just trying to get people to collaborate? I mean, I was just on a phone call this morning, making an introduction between two educators. And it's amazing that the more dots we collect, the more people we talk to, the better we become. And this is essentially a platform that's saying, hey, let's not only connect people, but let's share resources in a way that makes everybody nationwide better for their students. I mean, that is an incredible goal that you guys have put together.
Thank you. So what we've learned from the research is teachers trust teachers the most. And secondary, they go to the internet, they go to Google, right? But overall, teachers more than anything trust another teacher. So if we could build a platform where the resources that teachers are sharing and adding are rateable, they're all searchable by grade level, content area. You can tag every resource that's added. So there's multiple ways to identify a resource. You can pick your favorites when you're on the site. You can collect resources. You can message other educators. We wanted to kind of combine all the things we love about like Netflix and Pinterest and Amazon, all those features that you love, but build this platform for educators, because it's educators all over the world, no matter, I always believe no matter where a kid grows up, it shouldn't matter what zip code you grow up in, your teachers should have access to the best resources. And if we give that to our teachers, across the country, across the globe, then it shouldn't matter where a kid grows up, because that teacher will know what every other teacher is willing to share.
Okay, that statement alone is like what I want ringing in the ears of all educators right now, because that is like the biggest dream. I love everything about that. So Laura, you have these crazy teachers who come up with this nutty idea, right? They want to like change the world with a platform that allows educators to literally share anything, which I want to get way more into that throughout our conversation. I love that people are commenting already, celebrating Education Blueprint and the support that it provides educators to collaborate. But Laura, these crazy teachers go to you and they're like, hey, we want to start this crazy thing. Are you in? And you're just kind of like, sure, why not? Like, you trust them, really?
Well, no, I mean, Kelly and I got to be friends through our kids, basically. And she was just talking to me about it, and she was telling me her predicament that she was in, and she wanted to grow it and get it out there, but she wanted it to be for the greater good. And I'm like, well, that's what my background is in. I was like, if I can help you in any way, please let me. I was so excited and honored to be part of this. It was just amazing. And it was a dream come true, because I had been searching for a while about how to get back in the workforce and things like that. So it just it worked. And so we're working on the 501c3 status right now. And our goal by January is to be writing some grants to get funding for the startup costs and for the ongoing cost of the website itself, and to get it out there. We want to take it to some national conventions to get the word out about it. So that's
and I love that. And that really does segue. I have a few different things I want to talk about with Education Blueprint that are areas we've touched on, but I want to dive deeper because they're truly areas I love. One of which is kind of talking about the elephant in the room. So for everybody who's like half listening, you're going to want to like sit down for this one. Elephant in the room, guys. Kelly, Nicole, Laura, you put together essentially a platform that allows educators to share and collaborate, and it's 100% free. You could just charge teachers, and then you wouldn't have to write grants or do any of that stuff. You could just like charge $3 or $5 or $20 or $50 for these resources, or you could charge, see, I have an idea for you. You could charge for a membership, and then you could get by just fine, but that's not what you guys want to do. Can you share a little bit about why it's so important you're a non-for-profit? Why is it so important that every educator can sign up for free, share resources for free, and download anything on the site for free? What's the point?
Yeah, I could talk a little bit about this. Just kind of from my own background. When I graduated from college, I was 22 and got my first teaching job at 23 in a small Catholic school. And I had not a lot of money. And I got my job and I started halfway through the school year. So I started in January. And I went to the principal and I asked, is there a curriculum? Where the guidelines? Where's the structure? Where, can I have access to these things? And he said, no, there wasn't anything. It was just kind of like, go and teach and good luck. And so going off of that experience, I never wanted another teacher to be in my shoes, and I made it work, and I was so proud, when I left, I was so proud of what I accomplished there, and, how much work I put into it, just being able to teach and developing things on my own and all of that. I was very proud of that, but it was so hard. My husband will tell you, when we were dating, whenever I was working there, my weekends went to school, my nights went to school. It was just nonstop. And I was tired after 6 years. And so, when I met Kelly and she told me about this idea, I knew that this was exactly what I needed to be involved in, because this is a way for teachers to not feel the way that I felt as a brand new teacher out of college, with absolutely no resources, and just not even really knowing where to turn or where to get anything to teach from, and not having enough money to go out and buy things, when you're worrying about so many other financial things that you have to think about.
Sure.
This is just like, for me, this is exactly what I thought would be the best thing to help other teachers with. And so, like, it's very close to my heart because I was in that situation and I never want another teacher to be in that situation.
And I have to tell you, Nicole, I feel like that is so relatable. Like, all of us, when we entered in the field, were surprised by the money teachers make, right? You kind of like cross your fingers. You're like, I hope I can get through this month with my rent and my student loans and every other responsibility I have. And then to throw on this cost of buying things for the classroom and buying resources, it's just another stressor. And it doesn't mean that we don't put money into our classrooms, but I really love this mission. And Kelly, you said it earlier, you just want all educators, regardless of their student socioeconomic status, regardless of the area they live, to be able to choose to have a starting point. It doesn't mean that every resource you download is going to be like the most perfect thing in the entire world for your students, but to be able to have something to start with, then you adapt and you personalize it for your students and you bring it to a classroom and it's like, you're 15 times more successful than you would have been versus staying up late at night at 8 o'clock at night with a glass of wine being like, I wonder how I'm going to teach decimals the next week. It's just so stressful. So I love that continues to be a mission and that you've truly built your entire organization around kind of this mission of really putting teachers first and wanting them to collaborate. There is an element of this though, and I don't know who's best, like Kelly, Nicole, or Laura to comment on this. It's not just like PDFs you can download. Like, that's what I also love about this website. And I can talk about the elephant in the room, like teachers pay teachers. This could be very similarly compared, except this educationblueprint.org is completely free. And you can link literally everything, videos, websites, books. I mean, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So to go off of what Nicole just said, one of the things that frustrated me when I was traveling among the schools was how so many incredibly talented, passionate teachers were feeling so overwhelmed and burdened by the abundance of digital resources. Like they're like, yeah, that's great, but I have no time to look through or sort. Can you just tell me what would work for math enrichment for this kiddo, right? Because they just wanted to know, can you hand deliver it? Because I don't have time to do that. I know there's great stuff out there, but when I do have time, I'm responding to parent emails. I'm just or grading or the other 10,000 things you do in a day as a teacher. And I really hated that all these phenomenal teachers were feeling that way, the burden of keeping up with everything. And if we could also, if this platform can be that place where we can keep up with, hey, there's this new website out there and it helps, it's a whiteboard app, but it helps you in your classroom, to teach that specific lesson. I just want to know about it. Just knowing is half the battle. But if I have one place to go and figure it all out versus trying to Google and go through things on my own time, I just give up a lot easier and a lot faster. But if I know I have trusted teachers who are testing things out in their classroom and then say, this is good enough that it helped me, I'm going to post it on here and help other teachers with it, then that's golden. So I know I didn't answer your question, but
I think it's great. And you guys are going to do a training for our Teach Better family. You guys are going to come live with us tomorrow with Chad and share a little bit about how easy it is to register and upload really any resource that as an educator you've ever found valuable, right?
Yep. I uploaded a TED Talk yesterday that you had shared. I think it's PJ or Jay Kaposi.
Oh, I love, PJ Kaposi is actually a speaker within the Teach Better family. So it was so fun. It was a great TED Talk.
It was. And I was talking, Nicole was over yesterday. We were talking about it. And I said, well, I should just add this to the website because it's all related to innovation and education. And it talks about collaboration as well as we move forward. And I love that he spoke about having cancer. And if the medical field moves as slow as the education field in terms of collaboration, he might not be here today. And you think of all the kids that we serve, if the teachers can just be that much more collaborative, then, that's going to help so many more kids across the country.
Yeah. So I think that's so great. And I'm so glad you're going through that tomorrow because I really do want people to see how easy it is. Like you were talking about how valuable teachers' times are. And I want them to see that, signing up for an account literally takes like 37 seconds, if that. And then uploading a resource, really it's just, grabbing the resource and plugging it in. And you make it so easy with all the colored buttons. I just think it's like the easiest thing ever. So we'll be doing that tomorrow on, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, kind of everywhere, kind of sharing some of that stuff to hopefully ease educators' minds if they're not quite sure that they want to go sign up for educationblueprint.org. That'll give them a little tutorial of what it looks like, which will be really cool. Now, the one thing we haven't talked about is why it's not only a great spot to grab tools, but the involvement in the grid method. Because when we originally were talking about this, really, while we knew we loved the goal and the mission and the amazing infrastructure you guys had already put together, this is actually a place that is extremely tailored for any Teach Better Team grid method educator. Would you mind sharing a little bit about that?
I'll let you go, Nicole. Go ahead.
Sure. So just earlier today, I started uploading a bunch of tools and resources related to the Teach Better Team and the grid method to the website. So we have a whole section on the website dedicated to the grid method. So we're super excited that this is a place for all of the Teach Better followers who are implementing the grid method or interested in implementing the grid method to have one place to find everything. And it also, again, going back off of that idea of collaborating, gives everyone a chance to share their grids with each other for free. And a quick and easy way for teachers to access the grids, to see examples of grids and other resources that might help them implement the grid method within their own classrooms. So it's just a great place for any teacher who's interested in trying this out to go to learn more about it, completely free, no cost, and then just to see some examples of grids and give it a shot and see if this is something that they want to pursue.
I just think that's so cool because I cannot tell you how often I get asked if I have either an example grid that I can share with somebody or that like to connect them with an educator that might have a grid that they can see like as an example. And it's not that teachers are lazy. It's not that they're like, hey, can someone just give me a grid on exactly what I want for exactly the standard I'm looking for, please? I don't want to work hard. Like I've never met a teacher like that. These teachers just want to see examples. They want to be able to share. They don't want to start from ground zero. Mm-hmm. And so when you're looking at how we do that, to be honest, the Teach Better team, knowing we never wanted to necessarily like create grids and sell them as curriculum, because that's not the mission of the Teach Better team, we didn't really know how we were ever going to really be able to curate all these examples. And we were using Facebook for a while and it just got so messy. I'm like, guys, now you can always just go to educationblueprint.org and literally you can sort not only by grids specifically just to see a bunch of them, you can sort by standard, you can sort by topic. Like that's exactly what people have been saying they needed. And see, we're listening. Our Teach Better family, we're listening to you because we found a way to make it happen. And Kelly, Nicole, and Laura, you are the reason that we were able to make that happen. We're so excited.
I have to laugh because one of the reasons, not one of the reasons, but something Nicole and I have in common is we love organizing. And what drives us nuts again about education is there's so many great things, but they're everywhere and all over. And how do you find them? How do you get them? Even if you're on some great Facebook pages, things get lost, things get shuffled down. So part of us was like, if we could Marie Kondo this world of education resources, that was part of our goal. Just, we need clarity. We need some sort of method to be able to find everything. And hopefully we love that.
We want to make joy for all of our users. So
I love that. Add that to the mission statement. I love it. The one thing I do want to give kind of a call to action to all of our educators listening now, maybe you're listening even after the live video, or if you have a friend that you want to tag that this might relate to, you can throw them their name in the comments to tag them. We're really, really looking for educators to create an account and share their resources, because while there's already some great resources on there, this is a brand new, nonprofit. This is really put together to support educators, all educators, but especially those connected to mastery learning using the grid method. And we need you to share so that there just continues to be an abundance of resources. So I know myself, I need to go through my website. A lot of you have already been to like my teacher website that I like use for my students. And I need to link all of my grids so that you all have access to them. And I would just love to continue to encourage all of you listening or your friends that you can tag here to start sharing their resources. Because the more you share, the more others will feel comfortable sharing, because it's kind of scary to share your stuff out there. And then everybody just gets more comfortable. Remember, it doesn't need to be perfect. This is not about like uploading the perfect clip art. Mm-hmm. And like, that's something I really love about the culture of the website. This is so much more about just trying to get information out so people can be successful. Don't worry about the font. If you are not a font person, just share it. It'll be fine. We would just love to see it.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah, you said it perfectly, right?
So we are going to be going through a fun little tutorial tomorrow. Is that at 8 o'clock Eastern that we're doing that?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. 8 o'clock Eastern. You guys will be joining us with Chad, and we'll be going through how to register, which by the way is super easy, but we'll go through it just to like ease your mind. And then how to upload resources, which by the way is super easy. And you guys, like this tutorial is almost to show you how easy it is, not because you need the training. And hopefully that will continue to encourage educators to just keep sharing their voice and their love for the work that they're doing with their students, and hopefully the success they're having with their students as well.
Really I was going to add, right, the people that I've always connected with most at school are the teachers down the hall that are saying, hey, I made this, use it if you'd like it. Yeah. And those are the people that, like, that's how Nicole and I bonded last year. We both had lots of ideas, but we were just, you're not offended if somebody doesn't like it, but you just, if it helped you in your classroom, you're willing to put it out there. That's what, we want this website to feel like. Those are our favorite teachers that are, there's no judgment, but hey, it worked for me. I tried this out. You should, if you want to try it, take it. If not, leave it there. But there's so many things like that. And I think that's how we all get by is with that help from each other. We don't have the time to create everything ourselves and reinvent the wheel every year, but we do have enough time to put one thing on there, or just a few things on and share and to help each other out.
Absolutely. No, I like that mindset. I think that I'm surrounded by wonderful people that continue to carry that mindset, whether it be in my own classroom or on the Teach Better team, of people saying, I'm willing to share. It's not perfect, but this is what I'm doing. So if it helps, great, and then it's not about anything beyond just trying to be helpful. And doesn't that create such a culture to be surrounded by people that, just want to know if they can do something to help you be a little bit better? It's super fun.
Right.
So any what's the dream? What's the mission? Like for every educator, if they're listening right now and they're like, wow, this is a great group. I really want to connect with not only all of you, but hopefully the educators that are continue to contributing their thoughts and their ideas to educationblueprint.org. What's kind of your call to action to anybody listening? What would you hope for 5 years from now, 10 years from now? For this mission?
I'll start, but I want to hear Nicole and Laura's perspective too. My goal, so this website is built from doctorate research. We've been reviewing the literature around the world with teachers accessing, managing, and evaluating digital resources. And a big part of that, there's something called the Teachers Portal of Bangladesh. And it's funded by the government, but the government has a portal that's very similar where teachers can log on and share all of their digital content that they create. They can download videos and multimedia content from other teachers in the country. And that portal, based on their statistics, that portal is used more than any other website in the country, like more than Google, more than anything that's available to those teachers. And to have this website be for at least our country, if not further, if you're teaching beyond our borders, to have teachers have access to everything that's shared in education in order to help kids anywhere. There are kids learning digitally everywhere now. We're all in this emergency remote pandemic, emergency remote teaching during the pandemic. And the ultimate goal is to be able to have this infrastructure support teachers who are teaching K-12 everywhere, and ultimately affect the kids that are in front of them.
Yeah,
I'd like to hear Nicole and Laura's a little bit, because
the only thing I'd like to add to that is that I think and it mirrors what Kelly just said, is to grow the website nationally. It has a very real ability to help teachers in the classroom today, but it also has the potential to lessen the education gap that is in the United States and worldwide right now. I mean, where all these kids are learning online, and you get all kinds of caliber of teachers, and the resources are lacking, and we have the potential to help so many people. This can grow and be so much bigger, and I think that's kind of why we're all in it. That's why I'm in it. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's just, we get better by helping each other. And, you're not going to get better as a teacher, as a person, if you are just in it on your own. And so I think, again, like kind of thinking back to my past and where I came from and how I got to where I am today, I didn't get there by myself. I relied on the people around me, and I think that's what this website is. It's the ability to rely on the people around us for great ideas. And, even if there's something on the website that isn't 100% what you can use for your classroom, you might be able to take a piece of that and make something awesome from it. But you have a place to go to get it, and it's free. So, I want to see it continue to grow, and we're really at the baby stage, the beginning stage of it, but I think it has such great potential, and I'm just excited to see what happens from here.
Well, I am thrilled to be partnering with you guys to hopefully continue to encourage educators to continue to share on educationblueprint.org. Remember, guys, like everything in life, you get what you put into it. And so head over to educationblueprint.org, upload one resource used last week. Like, you don't have to do a ton with it. Like I said, it's just a few check boxes and colored buttons. It's super, super simple to upload because it's just an easy resource for other educators to check out and hopefully have a starting point for. Find one tool used last week, upload it, and then continue to search for things that can support you for next week and next month and for the rest of the year. So Laura, Kelly, Nicole, thank you for just joining us, but more so thank you for really bringing to light this importance of being able to support educators no matter where they teach, what population they teach, what they teach. Every single educator deserves to just be in a collaborative community. And while we continue to focus on that in a variety of aspects as a team, we're so thrilled to then also be able to bring this to our incredible Teach Better family as just a place to collaborate even further and collect resources. So I really appreciate all that you guys do.
Thank you, Ray. We love your team, and same thing.
Yeah.
We appreciate your whole mission as well.
Yeah.
So fun. Well, if you are listening now, please make sure to check out all the fun that we'll be doing tomorrow. It's the Mr. Chad Ostrowski himself, Grid Method creator. He'll be over here with the Education Blueprint team to talk about uploading resources and kind of what the website looks like. It's a super cool website, so go check that out too. And then also, if you don't know the website, even though it's educationblueprint.org, if you just want an easy place to get there, it is literally all over teachbetter.com. So just go to the homepage and scroll down. You're going to see it. So you can click right there and get access and sign up for an account. And we will see you guys later. We hope everybody has an amazing week and continue to celebrate the amazing work that you're doing with students. Because remember, even though it's Sunday and tomorrow's Monday, we get to teach tomorrow. And that's really exciting. So thanks, guys, so much. We'll see you later.
Thank you.